Sorry,
What just happened? Wait. I am confused. Where am I? Who are you?
what the heck is going on? That's weird. Okay, Ben is no longer in the vehicle at this point in time. Our tour guide is a little bit MIA, so I'm going to try to take the yoke here and see if I can keep us moving towards our destination. We've got some strange behavior going on in the cockpit. So I think this is down here is, well, now I don't know the names of the places because I was the one looking at the Google Maps. We'll see if Ben makes his way back to the cockpit. That was some really strange turbulence. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Okay, so down here, looks like we have maybe the Sportsman's Warehouse, Canada.
I am Junk Master. I was eating at an In-N-Out burger joint and I just appeared here. Who are you?
You are Junk Master? Eating at an In-N-Out burger. Now, I don't know if there's any In-N-Out burgers down in this vicinity, but it looks like we're getting a prankster. Maybe a prankster calling up to the plane from In-N-Out Burger. So, that's pretty dangerous, honestly.
Yes, Junk Master is my name.
Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Okay,
Cessna
that's
Alpha
just...
Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Cleared through Charlie airspace. Cessna
Kind of
Golf
feels...
Sierra Alpha.
Kind of feels a little bit like we've entered some foreign airspace here. I'm not sure if this is a standard protocol with the Canadian government. Maybe it's a special program to curtail general aviation in the area. I honestly don't know what's happening. It's a little strange. Well, we'll wait for Ben to come back. I'm sure it's just an anomaly.
A modern day warrior mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer. Mean pride.
Okay, so we've got someone calling up saying a modern day warrior mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer mean pride. Now I will say this. Rush, the band Rush, as I think Ben was telling us, is from the Toronto area. So for those of you not familiar with Rush, unfortunately, we've lost one of our, one of the most amazing drummers on the planet. Comes from Toronto. His name was Neil Peart, I'm sure, or depending if you're one of the ones that call him Neil Peart. But here's the thing, we've still got Rick Allen, we've still got Bobby the Blotzer, so all hope is not lost, but it was a big loss to lose that amazing percussionist in the band Rush. So it looks like someone's welcoming us to the Toronto area with Rush lyrics, apparently. It's kind of interesting.
Neil Peart is my brother-in-law.
Wait a minute. Neil Peart is your brother-in-law? Now, is this the onboard computer that I'm speaking to? Is this programmed in I'm not quite sure what's happening. But it is a beautiful day in the Toronto area. And we're going to be we're going to be all the better for seeing this beautiful, beautiful photogrammetry scenery down below.
No, I am Neil PRTS brother-in-law. We are all sad to lose such a hero.
So it looks like we've got Neil Peart's brother-in-law, perhaps still in mourning about the loss of his wonderful brother-in-law, Neil Peart. I'd like to perhaps we should all just take a moment of silence, if we could. In fact, I better, pause the music for a moment here. I think it's appropriate at this point in time to just take a moment of reflection and think about our beautiful brother Neil Peart, all the amazing music that he's put together, and we want to express our condolences to his bandmates, Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee, and really all of the world who have been so impacted, I should say, by this beautiful man. So let's just take a moment of silence. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that was a beautiful moment.
Thank you for the tribute.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's honestly our pleasure. I ought to ask you, as Neil Peart's brother-in-law, do you have any favorite songs, or honestly, do you have any? Let's put it this way: do you have any fun stories to tell about your brother Neil Peart? I know I sure do. I went back and listened to my very first album that I listened to was Presto. That was my very first Rush album, and I get a lot of criticism for that, because most people think that after Power Windows, Rush kind of just really fizzled out. But I beg to differ. I think that Rush really hit their prime, right at the time, about the time of Prime Mover. You've got some wonderful subdivisions, and all that synthetic, influence from the 1980s and 90s. Just a beautiful, beautiful genre that Rush really just kind of enveloped themselves in. So I was just curious. Now I forgot your name, Mr. Junk, I believe. Do you have any fun stories about Neil Peart, or even Alex Lifeson, or Geddy? Anything that you could tell us that would be helpful at all? You still there? Are you still there with us, Mr. Junk? I think he probably took
Roll
off.
the Bones is my favorite song. Neil and I played hockey in the backyard together.
Oh, wow. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. Hockey is a really popular sport in Canada. So Roll the Bones. Okay, so let's see if we can, one of the things that we tried to do in, let's look out the window to make sure we're not getting too close to. Oh, we're coming up on downtown Toronto, so we're not going to want to miss out on some of that fun. So I'm going to drop in elevation a little bit, and then we can talk. Now, while I do this, I'm going to try to quote what I know as the rap portion of Roll the Bones. Okay, I'm going to see if I know the entire rap. It basically starts out and says, "Jack, get back, get busy with the facts. No zodiacs or almanacs, just maniacs and polyester slacks, just the facts. Gonna kick some gluteus max, it's parallax, you dig. The small get big, it's a rig, it's action, reaction, random interaction. Who's afraid of a little abstraction? Can't get no satisfaction from the facts. You better run, homeboy, facts a fact from gnome to Rome boy." That was really a set of lyrics that really affected nearly in my entire graduating class, I'm going to be honest. Roll the Bones was really a paradigm shifter. It's asking you to, take a chance in life. There's a lot of things that a lot of people like to play it safe, But honestly, let's be honest. Safety doesn't bring happiness to really anyone. Rolling the bones, taking a chance, kicking some gluteus max. Those are the things that bring happiness in life. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Junk?
You blew my socks off with that rap.
Oh, well, I'm glad to do it. We've got the CN Tower coming up here. Let's just take a quick look downtown Toronto. Let's hope we don't hit any buildings. But we're going to try to get down as close as possible. And let's see what we can see down here. What a beautiful city, Toronto. Toronto, Ontario. Right up here, close to the Niagara Falls, I might add. So, got some nice buildings. That almost looks like the Empire State Building. That's kind of got that same shape. And okay. And there she is, the CN Tower, right there in Toronto. Such a beautiful place. Mr. Junk, you're really lucky to live in such an amazing area. I don't know if you've ever been up to the top there of the CN, but looks like you got some fun entertainment. A little bit of a stadium down here where the Toronto Raptors play. Also, we're going to be moving over a little bit. Okay, let's pick up a little more speed so we don't land on someone's driveway. Ha, 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 ha.
Who is this Ben Pugmire that you speak of?
Well, honestly, Ben's a good friend of the family. He wanted to come out and take a look at some of the old, some of the old neighborhoods that he used to live in and stroll around. And so, when we hit that turbulence, it looks like we may have hit a wormhole or a time warp in the time-life continuum. And so I do believe that's what brought you out to the forefront here, Mr. Junk. I have no other explanation for it, to be quite honest. But I am enjoying this nice, beautiful ride right over the Mississippi River. Although I'm quite confident it's not the Mississippi River. This is going to be just a shoreline, a northern shoreline of Lake Ontario. But the problem is I don't have my Google Maps readily handy anymore. And Ben Pugmire was the one supposed to fly this plane. And so we're just kind of pinch hitting for him a little bit. And so we're going to kind of call out attractions the best we can. We'll try to be as accurate as possible, but we may be making a few miscalculations now and then again.
My friend said that Ben Pugmire is now sitting next to him in the In-N-Out burger joint. We must have switched places. Freaky Friday.
That sounds like Freaky Friday to me. I wonder, it's very possible Ben might be ordering some food animal style. I don't know if you're aware of the secret menu at the In-N-Out Burger, but you can order several of your favorite offerings animal style. So you'll need to Google that and verify. Maybe do some fact checking. Now, he had mentioned that there was an airport kind of on this side of town, and we should be getting close to it, kind of northwestern. Is that it down below us? No, that doesn't look like an airport to me. Let's keep our eyes open for a landing strip. It shouldn't be too far. It's probably right up here, frankly. And let's see if we can find a place to set this puppy down.
The airport is closed.
Cessna Golf, Sierra Alpha contact approach on 124.47. Good day.
Now, I'm going to beg to differ there, Mr. Junk. Sounds like we've got...
124.47 for Cessna Golf, Sierra Alpha.
Sounds like we've got a little bit of chatter in the...
Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf, Sierra Alpha, 3,400 feet.
I'll be
I'm
honest.
just
Sierra,
kidding.
X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha approach altimeter 29.92 continuous planned.
I am
I-
just kidding.
Oh, I see. Playing a little bit of a prank on me, huh? That's fun. That's fun. That's a lot of fun up here in this cockpit. This looks like an airport, but I have a feeling that I'm not correct. I'm just not seeing the runway at this point. So maybe, Junk, if you could keep your eyes out, pilled, and let's see if we can hunt this thing down together. Does that sound like a plan?
You got punked.
I did get punked, that's for sure. I don't know if this is Mr. Junk or if this is Tom Green, but you know what? You got me.
You got
Boy.
punked.
Indeed, I did. I got punked right down to the ground, didn't I? Now, does this is either a really large IKEA or it's an airport. It's going to be one of the two. I'm going to bank on airports and simply see. It looks like I've got a large runway here, but we're going to do a little bit of a fly around, make sure we can identify our runways, and you know what? Sometimes you just have to take life as it comes. Honestly, if you get punked, there's no point in crying over spilt milk, so to speak. You just got to keep
You got
that.
punked something big.
Indeed, I did. Indeed, I did. Oh, Mr. Junk, you sure are good. You're a good companion here in the cockpit. I'll tell you that. I sure enjoy your companionship. Now, I'm going to be
Why do you
honest.
laugh?
Well, I'm laughing because you just have a really solid sense of humor. I'll be honest. I think your sense of humor really highlights your ability to see life from a new perspective. And no pun intended, right? We're here sitting at 4,600 feet above ground level, and I just see that you're able to bring a fresh look into this Canadian environment. Now let's see if we can find our runway. This looks like one runway. It's got to be what we're looking for, though. Oh, there's another one runway right there. Let's see if we can drop a little bit. Now let's see if we can get a look down here at our runway numbers. I don't want to pick up too much speed too fast, but we have a lot of room to work with. And if we get our speed up into that danger zone, we can always throw a little bit of flap on. In fact, I think I'll do that right now. Let's just throw our flaps on, drag ourselves a little bit. This is going to be runway. Oh goodness, it's a little challenging to read. Let's see if we can. Runway 13, maybe? Possibly runway 13. It's hard to tell. We can do a upward leg right here on this other runway while we continue to decrease our elevation.
Runway 13 is closed.
Now, wait a minute. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame... Wait a minute, did I say that right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I don't think we're going to be falling for that anytime soon, Mr. Junk. So I think we're going to be heading towards runway 13 as quickly as we can.
You just got punked. Again.
My goodness, your charm never ceases to amaze me. It's amazing what you can do to get a electronica involved in some of these beautiful aerial flights. Usually electronica is pretty resistant to service cockpit. Usually electronic is playing a little bit of Property Brothers, and it's very difficult to get Electronica's attention. But today it seems like Electronica's really, really honed in on the mission at hand. And so that's exciting. Okay. Got a few baseball diamonds down there. You still there with us, Mr. Junk? Okay, looks like we might be on our own at this point.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't think that came through very well. Might be having just some... Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's drop down and see if we can... Now, we're losing a little bit too much speed, so I think we're going to need to put our flaps up just a little bit, or we're not going to make this landing the way we want to.
I was just sipping back on some ginger ale.
Ginger ale? Okay. Well, you know, it's a perfect time to do it. I mean, there's no better place... I've said this before, and I'll stand by my comments. There really is no better place to drink ginger ale than on an airplane. Everybody does it. Everybody's disappointed when the flight attendant comes by and says, "Hey, look, we're out of ginger ale." And we're like, "And why did I fly this airline?" Because, you know, if you don't got some Canada Dry, some Seagrams, some I'm not sure what the other brands are, but ginger ale really is. I think it's a sedative of some sorts. It's kind of like a drink that helps you to kind of just regain your nerves, calm you down, and help you to just relax and enjoy the flight. Now we're coming in a little hot here, so let's just hope we don't blow it here.
Why does the cockpit stink?
That's a good question. That's something that I think maybe we can research once we get our wheels on the ground. There we go, coming in just for a nice soft land.
Stall.
There we go. That's a nice little landing there we've got. Okay, bring up our wings, and let's taxi back into YYZ.
The cockpit still stinks.
I apologize. Now I will tell you, I am wearing a brand new pair of Dr. Scholl's foot soles, so that could be maybe a factor. I don't want to say that I would take full responsibility for the pungent smells in the cockpit, but that might be up to 16.5% of, you know, a factor.
It is not the smell of feet. It smells like sulfur.
Well, maybe it's Ben. Did you ever stop to think about that? I didn't bother to look in the back seat. In fact, when I get on this taxiway, maybe I'll take a quick gander and see if he's hanging back there, and that would make a lot of sense to me. I mean, does that seem to jive with your understanding of? I'm not immediately seeing him back there, but I'm not going to rule that out 100%. Okay, we're going to come right on into our destination at YYZ.
This has been an enjoyable flight.
It really
Toronto
has.
is beautiful. It is too bad Ben Pugmire got Freaky Friday'd into the in and out.
Well, you know, there's probably a silver lining to that, to be honest with you, because As beautiful as this flight is, I know I've rarely experienced a regret at the in and out. You know, their lines can get long. The demand is high, but you know, they focus on two simple, really two to three, I would say, probably three simple offerings on their menu. You've got your hamburger, and you've got your fries, and you've got your shakes, with with some soda to boot. But I'll be honest, I think most other restaurants, for instance, takes the Cheesecake Factory, for instance. The Cheesecake Factory's menu is just, although, the food is very good, the menu is just over bloated, and honestly, you'll spend a day in there just trying to figure out what you want to order. Whereas you go to an In-N-Out Burger, and you're literally in and out. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Ben is already on the road with his burger and shakes in hand.
I do hope Ben Pugmire will join you again soon for another flight. He is much more enjoyable than my company.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with that, and I don't mean that as a knock on you. I think you have quite a bit of charm. Well, let's just say, I think you've got a lot of potential. I think one could say that your potential is unlimited, but you just really haven't peaked yet. Is that a fair assessment?
Maybe I am the one that got punked in the scenario.
That could be. That could be. Okay, as we come to a close, we're just gonna just stroll on in here. And I'm gonna give Dr. Scholes, no, not Dr. Scholes, Dr. Junk, Mr. Junk, I forgot his name already, a chance to maybe make some last final comments here.
Master Junk.
Master Junk. Okay, Master Junk. Sometimes I feel like these taxiways just kind of go on and on and on. It's kind of like watching I don't know, a river runs through it. It's just never going to end, really. You keep thinking it's going to end, and it just won't do it. Or maybe a better analogy is Dances with Wolves. That was another one that just kind of went maybe about 2.5 hours too long. Okay, we'll take the next left. Master Junk, I certainly appreciate you joining us. And I hope that maybe you'll make an appearance at some point in the future. We'll just park here, and either it's general aviation or it may be, the maintenance yard. A little bit of cargo. Looks like we have a friend over there, though.
I will end off by saying that A River Runs Through It is a very long movie. Longer than this flight. I do hope I can join you again in the future.
I think that would be wonderful. I think, as things are going right now, you might be the top candidate. Okay. It kind of puts us where we need to be.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And with that, I think we will shut the plane down.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I appreciate you joining us.